Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Peter Moses, and on this channel I talk about finance, career, education, and a bit of living and working in the UK. So I welcome you. In today's video, I would try to help you to better understand the UK's graduate visa. And I think this is particularly important at this time because of the sort of influx, and I'll call it an unprecedented influx of international students into the UK to study at various levels of education. And somewhat part of the questions that I have received in recent times has actually bordered around this topic. And these questions are seeking to understand how international students can fully maximize the graduate visa to getting their settlement or citizenship journey started in the UK. Well, beyond that, there is also the element of, hey, this is what I want to achieve, by coming to the UK to study. I want to advance my career, and rightly so, for anyone seeking to advance their knowledge in whatever field could have that as part of the reasons why they are trying to do that. And it does appear that the UK, at the moment, is actually ticking a lot of boxes for a number of international students. But I think there is more to know as far as the graduate visa is concerned. And while I would decide to do that in this video, I think a good place to start would be providing sort of background to what the UK is trying to do and how you fit into that. As far back as 2004, there was a rule regarding studying in the UK where graduates of STEM, and STEM here is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, were allowed to stay in the UK for up to a year for the purpose of looking for a job and getting a job, and obviously continuing their career in the UK. And shortly after, that was extended to virtually all other disciplines. But something happened in 2011, just about 7 years after the UK government stopped that scheme. An interesting thing about the reason then was that there was a concern around employment opportunities for British students. But here we are again. This sort of scheme looks like it's back. So in the summer of 2021, the UK government reintroduced the graduate visa, so to say. And then, you have a number of international students now considering, the UK as the destination of choice to study, apparently because of the opportunity it gives to, look for a job afterwards and then, stay back in the UK. But I think it is good to call this out that nothing is guaranteed, and it is not automatic that after spending, say, a year to study a master's degree, or 3 years for bachelors, or any other program, and converting your student visa to a graduate visa, the next thing for you would be staying in the UK forever. It is not automatic and it is not guaranteed. So I think the question you will be asking is what you need to know about the graduate visa. And I think the good place to start is to let you know what the graduate visa would help you to do or would allow you to do. after your studies. Say, for instance, you come here to study for a master's program, and after 1 year, successfully completed the program, and you desire to stay back for legitimate reasons, then you would have to apply to get the graduate visa. So the UK graduate visa would allow you to stay in the UK for at least 2 years after successfully completing a course in the UK. Now, how long you can stay depends on the type of program that you completed. But in any case, it would not be more than 3 years. For bachelor's degrees and master's degrees level, 2 years, and for doctoral degrees, levels would be 3 years. And during this period that you are allowed to stay, you could typically, work in most type of works. You could look for a job. You could, continue living in the UK with your dependents. You could start a business if you like, and you could, travel out of the UK and, come back just as your, student visa, permitted you to do. And you definitely have to apply for the graduate visa after the completion of your program. So in terms of eligibility, you would largely be eligible to apply for the graduate visa provided that you have successfully completed your degree course, and of course that you have a valid student visa. Now, this last point might sound very simple, but you need to pay attention to that, because what it means is that you would have to apply before your student visa expires. Please put that at the back of your mind. So I think the next thing to talk about would be when you would be applying, things that you need to prepare, and the things that you need to know now. And this is quite interesting because I've heard stories of people right now that are almost in situations that seem like they are finding it difficult to get themselves together to really put in an application for the graduate visa. And that is because applying for the graduate visa comes at its own cost, as it is with virtually every other thing in the UK, except perhaps for the air that we breathe in. So there is an application fee, and I think as of now the application fee is £700, and again you would have to pay for the healthcare surcharge, which you paid for when you applied for your student visa, and that in itself is about £624 per year. And if you have studied for a master's program, you'll be applying for 2 years. That would be 624 plus 624. You know what that is. And if you studied at doctoral levels and you're applying for 3 years, that would be 624 times 3. Another thing to take note of for those of you who might be interested in bringing your dependents to the UK with you, you need to start thinking about that now, in the sense that for your dependents to be eligible to apply to stay in the UK with you under the graduate visa, then they need to have applied to stay with you under your student visa. So let me explain that. So if you have a partner, for instance, say your husband or your wife, or in any case, if you want them to join you in the UK, and you already planned that after your master's program you want to move on to the graduate visa, What you would have to do now during your program, when you still own a student visa, is to ensure that they apply to join you in the UK on your student visa. So they need to be your dependents or dependents while you are a student in the UK. And again, your dependents would have to pay their own application fees and also settle their healthcare surcharge. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is. That's how it works, unfortunately. And what I think you can start doing now is to start preparing towards that. And by that, I mean, start saving towards that, make that, a priority when it comes to, your finances, when it comes to your budget, when it comes to your lifestyle in the UK, and, things that, how you want to organize your your finances, so to say. The other big question that I've been getting then is that, does the graduate visa count towards settlement or citizenship journey? Unfortunately, no, it does not count towards. And in plain terms, what that means is that add the 2 years, or 3 years, depending on your program, to the time you spend on the program, add everything together, it does not count towards your settlement or citizenship journey in the UK. However, there is something that you can do, and that I think would be the most important element. And that would be you looking for a way, and a very smart way at that, by which you could switch into another type of visa that would ensure you start your journey towards settlement. There are different ways by which you could do this, and I think this video is pretty much longer than as long as I thought, and I wouldn't want it to be longer than this. So in subsequent videos, I will try as much as possible to provide, some sort of guidance or, ideas around what you can do while you're on your graduate visa to be able to easily switch into another visa that would ensure that you continue to live and work in the UK. Because ordinarily, what happens after the 2 years or 3 years that you get on your graduate visa is that a number of people, and this does not happen only in a place like the UK with this, in any part of the world where international students go to take advantage of, studies, and then want to leverage that as a way to, start, their settlement in that country. It's usually at the end of the so-called graduate visa, in quote, that it becomes clear that it's not everyone that started that journey of being on graduate visa that would eventually be eligible or be able to pay the price to start settlement journey. So if your intention is to settle, finally settle in the UK, I think you may want to look forward to my next or subsequent videos on this channel, where I will try as much as possible to provide simple ways and what I think you should be doing while you are studying, and where I think you should be looking at, and how you can make that switch very quick. You most likely wouldn't have to spend the entire 2 years on your graduate visa. You most likely be able to convert even at a much earlier time. So I'll see you in that next video. But before I say see you later, I believe you've enjoyed this video, and one way or the other, you must have picked one or two things that are very useful to you, or that you think might even be useful to someone that someone that has been talking about their intention to, move to the UK to study, and then from there, stay in the UK. It'll be good for you to share this video with such people. And if it is you indeed that have been able to get one or two derived value from this video, why not go ahead and give it a thumbs up? And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. This sort of content that I would be providing going forward. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now. Thank you.